Hey guys, what's going on? It's Uncle Tone. How you guys doing? I am back at you today with another video on the PS Vita. I have been getting a ton of requests from you guys on, for more Vita content. I know I'm still working this week. I'm super busy. I probably will be right up until Saturday, but the official launch of the Vita is this Wednesday, February the 22nd. So I wanted to give you guys something before then. So I figured what I would do is I'll give you guys kind of a features overview / review video today, and then you guys can see what it's all about and decide if you want to pick it up on Wednesday or not. Cool beans. Hopefully you guys will find this helpful. I do have more Vita content planned for you guys later, gameplay videos and a remote play demo and stuff like that. Definitely more Vita content coming, but for now, this one hopefully will help you guys decide whether or not you want to pick it up or not. So cool beans. Taking a look at the actual device itself, I have already done an unboxing on this, but we'll just go over what the buttons are real quick and everything before we get into the actual contents itself. You have your left and right sticks up here at the top, left and right buttons. This is the power button. This is your game card slot. This is a accessory port. Not sure what accessories it's going to be for yet. Sony hasn't really said, but it's an accessory port. Volume up and down buttons. Cool beans. Then you have your D-pad over here, your 3 small buttons over here. These are smaller than they were on the PSP. They're more of a DS kind of size, more of a 3DS kind of a size. I found them a little bit awkward at first until I got used to using them, and now it's really not a big deal. Then of course you have your 2 dual analog sticks. They don't click up and down like the sticks on the PlayStation 3 controller do, but they're quite responsive. There's a fair bit of movement to them and stuff, and I found the easiest way to aim and stuff, particularly when playing Golden Abyss, is to use the stick to get close to the guys. And because this has 6-axis built into it, you can also tilt it slightly to tweak your aim to get right in there. I found that was the best way to do it. Then, of course, you have your start and select buttons, and your power, your PlayStation button here, that'll return you to the home screen at any time. And down here on the bottom, you have your proprietary charging port, a 3.5mm headphone jack, and right here is your memory card. I just have the 4 gig card in there right now that came with the first edition bundle. I do plan on picking up a bigger card. I haven't decided yet whether I want a 16 or a 32, but I'll be picking up at least a 16 gig card to put in here. The way Sony's pushing digital download content and stuff, I would go with at least a 16. So there you go. To wake it up, it's already powered on. So to wake it up, simply tap the power button and it will, of course, wake up. And then you have your tearaway screen here. You can simply tear this down, or you can kind of play with it and fold it over a little bit and stuff. As you can see, it's only 8:30 in the morning. I just got up. I'm working on my first coffee and so on and so forth. So if I sound a little groggy, it's because I just got up. Cool beans. Here we are at the home screen. This is your main home screen where you're going to be every time you first boot it up. Taking a look through the menu and stuff itself, as well as the features. You do have the welcome park, and basically what that's going to just explain to you how to use your Vita system, so on and so forth. Moving on to the next application, which is called Party. This basically is going to allow you to set up parties and chat with your friends on the PlayStation Network. So we'll just go ahead and launch that real quick. Give you guys a quick little look at what it looks like. I don't have a whole lot of friends because nobody loves me. I don't have a lot of friends. Would you please be my friend? I know. I'm a little bit retarded. Cool beans, there you go. So here you go. You can just set up a party, create a party, Uncle Tone's party, and you can invite people to join your party and create a party. So there you go. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to close that, actually. Back. And we'll just exit out of that at any time by simply pressing the PlayStation button. You can exit out of any application you have running. If you press the PlayStation button, again, you'll get a tiled tab series here, kind of like Control Tab, or Control Tab on Windows, where you can tile through windows and so on and so forth. Kind of like that, but there you go. And then you can simply return to your home screen. Now we'll move over and take a look at the PlayStation Store. The PlayStation Store here on the Vita is very simple. There's not a whole lot of complicated stuff going on here. It's quite simple. I like it. I like the simplicity of it. And I like the fact that it's all, games are all listed in categories in alphabetical order, and they're quite simple to find. So here you have PS Vita games, PSP games that are also compatible with the Vita, minis that work on the Vita, the PS3, and the PSP. And then you have apps, media, and search by genre. If you tap down here, you can redeem codes, see your download list of everything that you've previously downloaded, a services list, and manage your transactions, all from right down here. Cool beans. It's pretty simple. It's really not a whole lot of complicated stuff going on here. If you go into the Vita section, you will see that there are, a pretty decent bunch of dedicated Vita games here for download. And Sony has gone ahead and made them cheaper than buying the actual game card itself. I've found, generally speaking, they're about 10% cheaper than going out and buying the game card, which is kind of cool, but also at the same time, it would be nice if they were a little bit cheaper. I mean, I think a digital copy of a game should be at least 20% cheaper than going out and purchasing the actual game itself, but there you go. So that's basically the PlayStation Store. There are a number of PSP titles that are also compatible with the Vita. That's not what I wanted. I didn't want minis. There are a number of PSP titles that are also compatible with the Vita. There's quite a few. I have a couple installed here on my Vita. Go ahead and close the store. And to close an application, simply tear the page down, so on and so forth. Moving up here, you have your notification center. This is going to tell you where all your downloads are, what achievements and trophies you've unlocked, so on and so forth. If somebody sends you a message while you're playing, from messaging or whatever, it will show up here in your notification tab. So you can pretty much access that at any time in the top right-hand corner here, unless you're actually playing a game, in which case, no. You'll get a notification tab up there, and you'll be able to access it from there. Here you have Near, and this is where you can connect with other PS Vita owners in your neighborhood. Uses location data to calculate other, Vita owners nearby you, and use Near to find out what people around you are playing. Pretty self-explanatory, so there you go. Here you have friends. You can view all of your friends here on your Vita, which is cool. They carry over from your PlayStation Network account, so there you are. Taking a look here at group messaging. Basically, this is just a messaging app that allows you to message all of your friends on the PlayStation Network and, hey, come play with me, and so on and so forth. Cool beans. That's pretty much what that is. Going into the Settings tab, settings are not a whole lot different than they are on any other PlayStation system, really. They're laid out a little bit differently, but you access them in pretty much the same way. Sony's gone with a completely different UI on this one than the cross-media bar that we've become accustomed to on the PSP and the PS3. This one's a little bit different. Still very simple, very intuitive, and really quite simple to navigate through and change all of your settings and so on and so forth. I didn't even need to read the owner's manual. I found it quite simple to go ahead and navigate through that. So there you go. You can also leave multiple applications running at the same time. If you wanted to leave settings running, you can simply do that, just as I did there, and then access it at any time by swiping back to the right. There you go. Here you can view your trophies. Remote play. I will have a video coming up on remote play shortly. And then you have your web browser. The web browser built into the Vita is okay. It's not fantastic. As you can see, load times are rather long. This is loading the owner's manual right now. It's really not too bad. It does okay. Pinch to zoom works pretty well. As you can see, you get a little bit of checkerboarding there when you zoom in and out. It's not a fantastic web browser, but I expected better, to be honest with you, with the graphics power and the processing power in the Vita here. Pretty much any modern smartphone is going to blow away the browser on the Vita, but it's still certainly better than the browser that was on the PSP, and it's better than the browser on the 3DS, so there you go. It could be better, but, it is what it is, and it's still better than anything else there is out there right now. So, on a handheld anyway. Any modern smartphone is going to blow it away. But, you know, there you go. Moving over here, you have photos, where you can load up all your pictures and stuff, and take photos with the cameras that are built into the Vita. Unfortunately, the front camera and the rear camera are limited to 640 by 480 VGA quality pictures. Pretty much it's certainly not going to replace your point and shoot, or your DSLR for that matter, or even an iPhone for that matter. But having said that, it is pretty decent. Picture quality is not too bad. If I can turn the camera around here to the front. There's the front-facing camera. You can see me sitting in front of the camera here talking to you guys. It's not too bad. I mean, the picture quality is meh. It's okay. But, you know, it's certainly not going to replace your DSLR or your point and shoot even, or, as I said, even your iPhone. So there you go. Here's your videos tab where you can load up movies and videos and stuff to watch, or rent from the PlayStation Store if you so choose to watch here on your Vita. I found the prices of movies in the PlayStation Store are ridiculous. $5 to rent, or like $20 to buy or something. Again, digital content should be cheaper. They do have TV shows as well, but you know, you're talking $2.50 an episode. That could add up really, really quick. So there you go. I'm not a huge fan of the videos on the PlayStation Network. Vita, PS3, or otherwise, they're kind of pricey, and to be perfectly honest with you, I don't buy them. So there you go. Then you have a music player built in here. I don't think anybody is really going to use the Vita as a dedicated media player. I don't see why they would, really. That's just kind of silly, but there you go. It is here. If you want to load some music up on it, you can certainly carry it around with you and use it to play music. But there are better and much smaller devices to play music on. But it's nice that they included it. Absolutely. Moving over here, we have Content Manager. Content Manager is going to allow you to sync all of your game data and your save games and stuff to your computer, or to your PC, or to your Mac. Content Manager is also compatible with your Mac, which is going to be really, really cool. It's the first time Sony has made anything compatible with Mac. So the fact that they made Content Manager compatible with Mac is really, really nice. You can save up your games and your backups and your game data and save games and stuff. So if you happen to lose them, or you need to reformat your card or something, they're still there and you don't lose them, which is cool. I would still like to see a full-on MediaGo application for Mac, but you know, it is what it is. Baby steps, I guess. You know, a MediaGo application with a PlayStation Store in it would be really awesome, but there you go. You can also use Content Manager to back up to your PS3 as well, if you like. So there you go. Then, of course, you do have maps built in here. So you can use maps to access your location and so on and so forth. This is probably going to be much more useful if you have the 3G enabled version of the Vita. It does work here on the Wi-Fi version, but of course it's only going to work when you're on Wi-Fi. So there you go. Cool beans. Back here to the home menu, and the rest are games that I have on here. That is pretty much the basic general UI of the PlayStation Vita. Having said that, assuming some of you guys have also been asking me about battery life. How is the battery life on the Vita, Tone? We put in a session yesterday, Viora and I, playing Uncharted. She started the day out at Chapter 4, finished it out around Chapter 16. And I came home, played again for a couple more hours, and the battery still was not dead. I have been quite impressed by the battery life here on the PlayStation Vita. I believe it is a 2200 milliamp hour battery, if I read correctly. I think iFixit did a teardown on it and found out that it was a 2200 milliamp hour battery. Sony claims 3 to 5 hours of battery life, and I can say that that is pretty darn accurate. Actually, I have gotten consistently since I got this last Thursday, I have consistently gotten at least 4.5 to 5 hours of battery life out of the battery. It does not work with my external battery pack. I haven't been able to charge it that way, which is a bit of a drag. But, you know, you have to use the included charger or plug it into a computer or your PS3 to charge it. My external battery pack won't charge it. I'm not sure why, because they're both 5 volt, so technically it should work, but it doesn't. So there you go. Battery life is great. I'm pretty happy with the battery life here on the Vita. Of course, longer battery life would always be better, but I have consistently gotten 4.5 to 5 hours of battery life out of it, so I'm really pretty happy with that. So there you go, guys. That is basically my general walkthrough, features overview / review on the PlayStation Vita. Would I recommend picking one up? Some of the features that they include with this are, you know, they're still not fantastic. The cameras aren't great. You know, the videos are a little overpriced, blah, 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 so on and so forth. It's not perfect. Nothing is, really. But if you bear in mind the fact that this is first and foremost a portable handheld gaming unit, then it's fantastic at what it does. The screen is gorgeous. You got a big 5-inch 960 by 540 screen here, I believe, which isn't quite Retina display. I believe it's around 220 pixels per inch, 220, 221, something like that. But it is very bright. The colors are vivid and bright, and the contrast is really nice. And it is a gorgeous display. Probably the nicest display I've seen on a portable handheld gaming unit. It's nicer than the 3DS, I think, mainly because the size is bigger. The colors are bright and vivid, and they pop, and it's a pleasure to play games on, is what I'm trying to tell you guys. It is really, really nice. So, there you go. Yeah, I mean, if you remember that, I would definitely recommend picking up the PlayStation Vita. If you want the nicest portable handheld gaming system that there is out there right now, definitely go ahead and pick up the PlayStation Vita. I am perfectly happy with the purchase of mine. I couldn't be happier. I do a lot of portable handheld gaming, being that I'm quite busy. I don't have time necessarily to sit down at the computer or in front of the PlayStation or the Xbox and play for 2 or 3 hours. I simply just don't have the time. So I do a lot of portable handheld gaming on my PSP and my 3DS. And what I mostly love about them is I can just be in the middle of a game and just put it to sleep. I can play for half an hour, 45 minutes, hit the power button, put it to sleep, and it remembers where I am. I can go back in a couple hours, play for another half an hour, 45 minutes. All I have to do is wake it up, and bang, I'm back to where I was. Hit start to continue, and I'm exactly where I left off. And it works really, really well for me. So if you're like me and you like portable handheld gaming, absolutely go ahead, pick up the PlayStation Vita. I'm thoroughly impressed with it. The wait has been worth it. I'm very happy with it. So there you go. That's going to do it for today, guys. I hope you guys have found this video helpful. I know it's rather long. We're like 18 minutes into this now, but being brief and thorough has never really been my strong suit. Let's be honest. I tend to talk a little bit. Cool beans. I hope you guys have found this video helpful. Thanks for watching. I will have more Vita content coming up for you guys a little bit later in the week. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to go ahead and smash that like button down there. If you found this video helpful, maybe go ahead and favorite it. That definitely helps me out a lot. And we'll see you guys in the next video, okay? Cool beans. Rock on.